Welcome class 6. Today we will learn the topic continued proportion. Now let's learn about continued proportion. Suppose let's say that A, B and C are in continued proportion. Then what does it mean? When the three terms are in continued proportion, then we can write it in this way, like A is to B equals B is to C, where the second term or the middle term is split up in both the ratios in the first as well as the second one, and these two ratios will be equal or equivalent or in continued proportion. So here the first term A is the first term, B is known as the mean proportional, and C is called as the third proportional. So we can write these ratios as A by B, which is equal to B by C. Now if we cross multiply, then B and B will give us B squared and A times C will give us AC. So B squared equals AC becomes the expression for the continued proportion. So if there are three terms, then B squared equals AC is the condition which holds to be true if they are in continued proportion. Now let's have a look at exercise 12b, where the question is, if x, y and z are in continued proportion, then which of the following is true? So first case I have taken is x is to y is equal to x is to z. So here clearly we can see that the second term is not repeating out here. Had it been y out here in place of this x, then we would say that x, y and z are in continued proportion. So since x is to y is equal to x is to z, over here the first term is getting repeated. That means these two ratios are not in continued proportion. So they are not in continued proportion. But if you have this kind of expression, this kind of proportion, where the second term gets repeated out here as a third term, or the mean value is repeating in both the ratios, like x is to y equals y is to z, then in this case we can say, yes, they are in continued proportion. Next is question number 3, where we have to find the mean proportional between 28 and 7, for example. Okay, so if 28 and 7 are the given two proportionals of the extremes, then we have to find how much is the mean proportional. So let's say, let the mean proportional be x. Then we have the condition like 28, x and 7. 28 being the first term, x being the mean proportional and 7 being the third proportional. We have this condition, then 28 is to x becomes equal to x is to 7. So this is how we express the continued proportion. The mean value, the mean proportional gets split up in both the sides. So here, as we have learned that x into x becomes x squared and 28 into 7 is multiplied. So 28 into 7 in the next step, we get the result 196. And since we have to find the value of x, it's not x squared value we need. So here, in order to get the value of x, we'll find the square root of 196. So x is equal to square root of 196, and if you find the square root of 196, we'll obtain x becomes equal to 14. So 14 is the required mean proportional between 28 and 7. Next is question number 4. Here we have to find the third proportional to 36 and 18. So let's assume the third proportional to be x. So if third proportional is x, then 36, 18 and x will be in continued proportion, where 36 is the first term, 18 is the mean proportional, and x is the third term. So if they are in continued proportion, then again the mean value, the mean proportional will get split up just like in the previous case. Okay, 18 is split up over here in both the ratios. So we have 18 into 18, that is 18 squared, becomes equal to 36 into x. So 36 into x is equal to 18 into 18. So in next step we have x is equal to 18 into 18 divided by this 36, which goes in the denominator of the other side. Now 18 can cancel 36 two times. So 2 will cancel again this 18 9 times. So x becomes equal to 9, which is the required answer.